I wanna touch on the whole Kanye West slavery is a choice comment, which I think is taken out of context. I see a lot of people are upset about that comment, and I just want to take a minute to give my personal interpretation of what I think he was trying to say. I don't think what Kanye was doing. I don't think Kanye had in mind before he goes to TMZ, he's going to try to disrespect his ancestors. I don't think he had in mind before I go to TMZ, I'm going to say something that's going to piss off a lot of black people. I don't think that was his intention. I think Kanye revealed something very important, and it takes a very sound mind to really understand where he's coming from, because he's in the future right now. He's 10 steps ahead of the average man. So for you to understand where he's coming from, you kind of have to have that kind of seer's kind of mentality. If you understand what I'm saying. When I say seer, I'm meaning a person that kind of understands where society is going, where the world is going for the future. And this is why I think he was trying to say that. What he's trying to say is, like, when you think of a slave, right, there's several different definitions for the word slave. But one of those definitions are what? When you're dependent or controlled by somebody is a form of a slave. So when he was, and if you think of, there was other interviews where Kanye has says, well, we're slaves to name brands. We're slaves to labels. Like, he's trying to tell you that we have a choice. And a lot of things that we do, and a lot of situations that we're in currently, we have a choice to be in these situations. If you're going to a dead-end job that you're miserable with, and you can't stand being there, that is your choice. That is your choice. And yes, you might have fear that you can't support maybe your children. Yes, you may have fear that you can't keep your lights on. You have a fear that you're not going to be financially stable, or you're not going to be able to maintain yourself till you find that occupation that helps you and provides for you, that you enjoy. But it's still your choice. You have a choice. You ultimately have a choice. And I think what a lot of people are taking what he said out of context. Even during that time, first of all, a lot of history delves in speculation. It's an undertone of speculation. None of us are there. A lot of people don't even know if their family was enslaved. How many people have official documents that say they was enslaved? We don't know. So I think what he's trying to say is that even during that time, Harriet Tubman decided she had a choice. Nat Turner decided he had a choice. You understand what I'm saying? Harriet Tubman said if more people knew that they were slaves, she would have saved more people. You understand? So yeah, maybe the odds are against you. Maybe you fear something. Maybe you don't believe you're intelligent enough for something. But that still doesn't deny the fact that you do have a choice. You do have a choice. And I don't think he was trying to, I don't think he was trying to demean our ancestors by saying that. I think what he was trying to let us know is, hey guys, listen, man, we don't have to suffer or go through whatever we're going through. there's steps that can be made. There's a process that could be taken. There's things that can be done to change this situation. That's all he was saying. That's all he was saying. And the first step to that is information, man. And then the second step is applying that information. But if you're always stuck in the mentality of white supremacy, if you're always stuck in that paradigm, is the government's out to get you, a white man is going out to get you, black people are your worst enemy, all these different thought processes are hindering you. You are a slave to those thought processes. So it's really just a harambe to change your mentality, man. It's a wake up, man. It all starts with your mental, man. That's all he was saying. That's what he's trying to say. It all starts with you. It starts with you, man. It starts with you. When you start to say, you know what, I don't care what those kids say at school about me not having the latest sneakers, or I don't care if the kids are not going to accept me in their little club or their group. I'm going to love myself regardless. I don't care if I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. But that's something difficult for people to do. Kanye did not wake up on the wrong side of the bed and said, let me piss off 9 million people. He didn't, man. What he's trying to say is, yo, we can make it happen. That's what he was saying. He said, yo, I'm the guy who said George Bush don't like black people. I'm still alive, man. I'm not on that wall. And he kept saying, I'm willing to go on that wall with John Lennon and Tupac. When he was during the TMZ interview, he said, I'm willing to go on that wall. Everybody knows, everybody believes that John Lennon, well, let me not say everybody, but a lot of people believe that John Lennon left this earth for something that he said opposing to the status quo. And everybody knows Tupac had a whole lot to say that went against the status quo. So that's all he was saying, man. Let's stop getting emotional. Let's start understanding one another, man. Kanye dropped a lot of jewelry in that interview, with, especially the one with Charlemagne the God, man. He dropped a whole lot of jewelry. If you're on the wavelength to get it, you're gonna get it, man. He dropped a lot of gems, man. And you know, I understand that people, they want to hold their ancestors in high regard, and we don't want to disrespect our ancestors, but wouldn't our ancestors want us to learn from what they did wrong and what they did right? If we have ancestors, right, a lot, and they didn't have the mental toughness, or they didn't have the physical prowess to fight certain battles that we do. Don't you think they would want us to do better than them? To carry on the legacy? To carry on those genes? We gotta stop being so emotionally tied and really truly understand where a person's coming from. He dropped a lot of gems, man. I really don't think y'all understand. You really need to sit there and listen to the interview he did with TMZ, the interview he did with Charlemagne the God. I believe it was in his house. You know, I don't know if it was in his, I believe it was in his house. The one he did with the Breakfast Club. Really sit down and analyze what he's saying. Sometimes he's not going to say everything because he knows he's in the public eye. He has a huge scope on him. and he's talking to 20, 30 million people. And it's hard for him to say something and not make another group mad, because everybody doesn't necessarily think the same. And a lot of people are projecting the way they feel he should think in contrast to what he really does think. You understand? So this is just my perspective. I think we should give Kanye a shot, man. And to my understanding, I got a lot of friends in Chicago. Shout out to my boys in Chicago, man. Shout out to my bro, Superman, Chicago Superman. Yo, Kanye's doing some things in Chicago, man. I know that personally. Somebody from Chicago personally told me, like, yo, man, the old Ye might be back, man. You know, everything is not going to be on the news. Everything's not going to be on YouTube. Everything's not going to be on Instagram. Sometimes you just got to be in the know. So that's just my take. That's just something I wanted to touch on, because I was reading a post and somebody posted Kanye West, and they had a lot of derogatory statements to say about him, and I'm like, whoa, man, let's not do that. Let's really understand what's going on, man. I think some of you might understand what he means, and you might just didn't want to deal with him because you really did understand what it means. You know? And when I say Harambe, I'm not talking about the gorilla from the Cincinnati Zoo. Harambe is Kenyan tradition. You know, it means let's go get it. Let's pull our resources together. Let's pull our minds together. Let's unify. Let's all come together in Swahili. That's all it means, Harambe, man. So yeah, man. Hopefully y'all understand, and maybe this will make you think. And if you don't understand, maybe I have to do a part 2. But that's just my perspective on it, man. Peace. DJ Brings Trucks.